Welcome back to blackstardove. Welcome back to my channel. As always, I need that HBO special, which simply means help a brother out, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, I'm sorry, I already got 1,000 subscribers. It's a live video, let's keep on doing it. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Go ahead and click that video and click the like button. I appreciate it. This video is about, is the red pill community dead? Short answer, no. The red pill community was never dead, is never going to die, because there's too many different versions of it. Recently there was a video done by Alba and Preach saying that the red pill community is dying because a lot of the red pill content creators are moving off YouTube, going to things like Rumble, Twitter, keep calling it Twitter, X. What's that one for the other ones for video games? Microsoft. I'm losing the name. Twitch, also Twitch as well, sorry. And I'm here to say that a version of the red pill community is dying. But the red pill community been along as since I can remember, since I've really been on the internet. That's like 2007. Like the first time I even heard the term red pill outside of the Matrix was white people using it, white men using it. And they were describing like, you know, the red pill opens your eyes and all that stuff. And even still to this day, there are plenty of white red pill channels that still exist. Like we have Taylor the Fiend and Better Bachelor. Like those channels still exist. They're not fresh and fit. Of course, they're not the late Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. They're not mediocre tutorials and reviews. They're not Coach Greg or anything like that. But those channels kind of fly under the radar because they're not doing too much. They're doing just enough to get the attention of the people that they're trying to get, but they're not going over the top with it. See, Fresh and Fit went over the top with it. We all know that. So we're gonna use that as an example. They went from, you know, just talk about red pill stuff and talk about how to improve your life day to day as a man, to their best content was kicking OnlyFans women off their channel. And that was like their bread and butter, and it made them a lot of money. And then of course they got into a beef with Alba and Preach, and they keep making racist noises and stuff, even though like they're both black. But it was especially Fresh. For Fresh to be making monkey noises and putting on Ku Klux Klan and all that stuff, it was like the craziest thing to me. I'm looking at him, I'm like, you're like the darkest person there. I'm like, what is this? Like, it reminds me of that Chappelle skit. I think his last name was Bigsby, something like that, where Chappelle was like a blind dude that joined the Ku Klux Klan. Like, that's what Fresh reminds me of. I'm like, dude, you're the darkest person around. And how Fresh and Fit keeps getting into beats with everyone. It's just, okay, so the red pill community has always been around, right? It blasted onto the scene with Kevin Samuels when he did the Average at Best video. And then Kevin Samuels became a household name. And then it went up from there. Like you had mediocre tutorial reviews, like Coach Greg, like I said, and then you had Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit started off very small. Then they started doing stuff like, you know, like Kevin Samuels, Mr. Organic, Cali Muscle, people of that nature. And then when they started kicking the girls out, that's when they started skyrocketing. Because people would send in donations just to ask the women like the craziest questions. Like what is it really like some dude sent in $2 for them to ask the girl, what is it like to be a gutter trash hoe? I'm like, you spent $2 on that? like what did you get from that? Like seriously, did you get something from that? Did you get pleasure in like asking her that? That's $2 you could have just saved, bro. But those donations kept coming in. They became bigger and bigger, and then You know, we had Myron, who's clearly have a lack of emotional depth, where he just kept yelling and screaming, and all to this point, he still yells and screams so much. Like he can't make a good point without yelling, screaming, or even crying sometimes. And I like Myron Gaines because Myron is really big on fitness. I follow some of his fitness regimens because, you know, I'm a bigger guy, so I've been trying to lose weight. So I can appreciate that from Myron. And then like hearing like their business ventures and like seeing them talk about credit cards and stuff like that, I dig that. I can get with that. I can't get with him always screaming and bitching and all that stuff, especially when it comes to women, because he likes to complain that he understands female nature and he understands this and that, and he complains how women are so emotional, but then he's like the most emotional person there at times. It's like fucking crazy. But I do appreciate what they did. They gave, whether people like it or not, they got big enough and they gave a certain demographic of men a voice that they felt like they didn't have, which is important because everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to be this thing where we're all included together. There was a demographic of men because they got really popular who felt like their voices wasn't being heard and no one was doing anything about it. That's where people like Fresh and Fit came in and Kevin Samuels came in, but Kevin Samuels did it from a different way. I appreciate the way Kevin Samuels did it. It was more of an old school approach. I didn't really agree with everything he said, especially when it comes to like quote unquote disciplining your woman and putting hands on her and stuff like that. Like you can do all that without putting your hands on anyone. Especially in today's age, you don't most definitely don't want to do that. But I'm just here to say that for people who think the red pill community is dying or is going to be gone, A, it's never going to be gone because A, it was started by white people. It is still mostly for white people. And then B, nothing really truly dies. It's like a phoenix. You bury it and then it just comes back in a blaze of glory. And we'll probably get another cycle of red pill community in about another 2 years. Give it about 2 years. There'll be a whole new cycle of whole brand new people. After the current ones kind of cycle themselves out, or they just quit. Because that's probably what's going to end up happening. Once you get kicked off YouTube, it's literally like a matter of time before everything else starts kicking you off as well. It is what it is at this point. But that's my opinion. Take care. I love you. Peace.